What is up, everybody? Look, we're back in action. Welcome back to Emphasis on Sports. As usual, I'm your host, Damon Anthony. Man, we just kicked a bubble. All I do is talk about what's in between the lines. Never people's personal life. Not my business. Honestly, don't care. Now, look, I've been away for a little bit, just handling life, business, different things, but we're back. Now, all the time I've been out, I have been watching sports, so I am up to date on everything for sure. That being said, like and subscribe if you're new. If you love listening to podcasts, pick a streamer. I'm probably there. Spotify, Apple, Amazon, iHeart. You know what I mean? We're a little bit everywhere. We like to keep it just about the sports, so let's get it popping. Hey, look, NFL, you know where we're at. Right now, we're in week 11. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. It's been a hell of a season. Really up and down, kind of roller coaster ish, just from the standpoint of some of the things that I think we all thought was going to happen going into the season is not. Actually feels to me a little bit more like early 2000s, before 2010, that area. When you look at the landscape of the NFL, just look at the AFC. Patriots, Colts, Steelers, Broncos, leading divisions? What? I would not have thought that in a million years. Coming into this year, I would not have expected that. I would have expected the Bills, the Ravens, the Chiefs, and somebody from the AFC South, probably Houston, right? You look over at the NFC, you got the Lions doing their thing, which we all saw that coming. But look at the Rams. Look at the Seahawks. We know Philly. We knew what Philly was going to be. We thought that maybe Washington may push them a little bit, but through injuries, some other things, they're not who we necessarily thought they were. We knew Tampa was going to be okay. But there's probably about 8 teams in the NFL that I don't think anybody saw the record being what it is right now, for better or for worse. Me personally, I love all of it. It's the NFL, it's football. What more can you expect? So let's talk about week 11. Started off week 11, Thursday night football, with the Patriots holding the Jets. Patriots did what we thought they would do. Patriots went ahead and knocked off the Jets 27-14, led by Travion Henderson with 3 TDs, not one, not two, but 3. He did a hell of a job, absolutely great job. Drake May started the game. I don't know, double-digit completions in a row. Drake May really is looking like the guy moving forward. And he's not looking like, we understand he's the guy. But now I think everyone's seeing like, damn, he's better than we thought, right? Meanwhile, with the Jets, I don't know. There's not really much to say. There really isn't. Um, just the ineptitude overall of the Jets. They just went through a massive fire sale, getting rid of Quinnen, getting rid of Sauce. I don't know necessarily what they're thinking. Maybe long term that helps them, but right now they are as sad as sad can be. I really think the moves that they made really help Aaron Glenn keep his job. Um, in the time where a lot of coaches get fired after 1 year, definitely after 2. Hey, look, the Jets just halfway crippled you. Can't fire you now, right? But congrats to the Patriots. Jets, keep chugging along, I suppose. Let's move on to Sunday. Now, Sunday morning, we've talked about this. I love the international games. You're giving me football early as hell. You're giving me a reason to wake up, crack a cold one, fire up the smoker, and just enjoy my day. This game, kind of poo, but I'm there. I got to have it. Washington Commanders, Miami Dolphins. Current line on this one is Miami minus 2.5. It's a UGA. This is a legit UGA. I really don't know which way to go. The Dolphins just look overall sad. We know that Washington has had a lot of injuries. This one's out of country. This one's in Spain, so there's not really a home field. I'm going to go ahead and roll with the Dolphins just because they have at least more starters starting somewhere around there. I don't know. This game is stupid to me. This is damn near the nobody cares game of the week. If it wasn't for the fact that it's international in Spain, no one would care. I damn sure wouldn't. So for this one, Give me the Dolphins minus that 2.5. Moving on to the main slate. Now, there are a few games here that I am dying to see, to be honest with you. There's some real good doozies out here. We'll talk about them. Let's start it off. Carolina Panthers at Atlanta Falcons. Listen, no one thought that at this time of the season that the Carolina Panthers would have a better record than the Falcons, but they do. Carolina is slowly turning into a little bit of a better team, a lot through experience. Bryce Young has been playing really well. They really found their man Enrico Dowdle. I think this team is going to be not necessarily good this year, but good moving forward. They're going to, of course, build around the nucleus that they have, and I think they'll be just fine. Meanwhile, with Atlanta, I don't know, they're a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde team. They will look dynamic sometimes. Then sometimes, what are we doing? Are we using Bijan correctly? What's happening with this team? Current line on this one, Atlanta minus 3.5. Give me Carolina to win this one straight up. There's nothing that the Falcons have done to make me believe in them. Meanwhile, the Panthers are looking better and better as time goes. I think Rico Dowdle is going to have a pretty good week. I think Bryce Young is going to do just fine. Give me Carolina. Now, a game that I am absolutely positively looking forward to. Oh my goodness. Give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Buffalo Bills. Current line on this one, Buffalo minus 5.5. Give me Tampa to cover. Give me Buffalo to win. I think Buffalo's going to win because they need a win. They're at home. They got to get their stuff together. They need to win this game. Absolutely. Meanwhile, Tampa comes in as just a really damn good team, led by a really solid quarterback. You know, there's weapons on the outside. Rookie wide receiver, him and Baker pairing up real well. They're getting back Bucky Irvin this week. This one should be one hell of a game. I think Buffalo wins, but give me Tampa to cover here. Next game up, Houston Texans at the Tennessee Titans. This one, ladies and gentlemen, is my nobody cares game of the week. Week. For sure. No one cares about this game. Why would you? Houston really has been a shell of himself this year. CJ Stroud, is he there? Is he not? We understand injuries do happen. I know that they won that game last week. Big comeback against Jacksonville. Doesn't really matter. Tennessee, they're bad. They're going to be bad. No one cares about this game. Will I have it on any of my screens? Absolutely not. That's why I have red zone. Current line on this one is Houston minus 5.5. Give me Houston. Why not? I just think Tennessee's that bad that Houston's going to go ahead and take this one down. I don't know if there's going to be a ton of points scored, but Houston's defense is good enough to slow down that rookie quarterback, and I think they'll score enough. Maybe win this one 21-10, 24-10, somewhere around there. Next game up, Chicago Bears at the Minnesota Vikings. Current line on this one, Minnesota minus 2.5. Hey, look. I've been watching football all year. I got to take the Bears. I have to take the Bears. It makes sense. The Bears actually have been building week by week by week. Somehow or another, they pull it together and they win these games. Caleb has actually been looking like a pretty decent quarterback this year. Not what we thought that he was going to look like coming out of college, but a pretty decent quarterback. Won't take anything away from him. Meanwhile, JJ, which JJ are we going to see? You remember a couple weeks ago, he got that dog in him. And last week, that dog was let out and running around the neighborhood. I don't know what we're going to see there, but I'm pretty sure the Bears are going to come in, play solid football, and walk out of there with the win. Line on this one, Vikings minus 2.5. Give me the Bears straight up. Then we're going to have the Green Bay Packers at the New York Giants. This one could have been a nobody cares. I mean, let's just be real. The Packers don't look like what everybody was crowning them as coming into the season, definitely after that first week of the season. There definitely needs to be a little bit of a rise out of their quarterback. Remember, everyone was saying, like, the Packers know how to pick them. They just keep on with these legendary franchise quarterbacks. Well, show me that. Show me that, Mr. Jordan Love. Meanwhile, with the Giants, which makes this one great, and I got to keep my eye on it, Jameis is back, baby. Jameis Winston starting this week for injured Jackson Dart. One thing I know, Jameis going to sling that ball. either to his team or to the other team, but it's going to be fun. I want to hear the pregame. I want to hear all that stuff with Jameis because it's highly entertaining. Line on this one, Green Bay -6.5. I like Green Bay to win. Give me the Giants to keep it close and to cover. They might pull it out, but I like the Giants to cover this one. Then we're going to have the Cincinnati Bengals at the Pittsburgh Steelers. So now, a couple interesting things with this matchup. Current line on it, Pittsburgh -5.5. Now, we know we got old man Flacco over there. We know this is like the return of the Ben Gay Bowl, right? We saw this play out already before, Flacco and Rodgers. Well, now Burrow is back practicing. Does this revitalize the team? Does this turn the Bengals into all right, look, our guy's on his way. Everybody play even extra hard so we can rack up some wins because the Steelers are kind of falling back to the rest of the crowd. So maybe we can win our division still. There is the possibility there, definitely. But like I said, Pittsburgh, line on this one is -5.5. Give me Pittsburgh at home. Pittsburgh hasn't really looked great recently. So I just think this is a game, especially being a divisional game, it's going to be tough. It's going to be scrappy. I think this is a game that Pittsburgh gets it together and wins and covers. I think Aaron Rodgers, I really think he's going to come out and probably try and throw 3-4 touchdowns. They may abandon the running game a little bit, but I think this is going to be a hell of a game to see. Moving on, the Los Angeles Chargers are going to Jacksonville, take on the Jags. Current line on this one, Chargers -2.5. Give me the Chargers. Jacksonville does absolutely nothing for me. The Chargers, they just look like a solid team. They don't look like a great team. They don't look like a championship contender, anything like that. But I think that they're good enough to go into Jacksonville and win. Jacksonville, they're not showing me any consistency. When you're up 29-10 in the fourth quarter, you're supposed to win that game. Trevor Lawrence really is not living up to all the hype that he had coming out of Clemson. Say what you want to say. I'm not seeing it. What I am seeing, Justin Herbert, he balls out. He balls out week to week. They just get it done. They absolutely get it done. Like I said, line on this one, Chargers -2.5. Give me the Chargers. Now, the next one, that's the game of the week. It's the absolute game of the week, and I am here for it. As a fan of an NFC West team, I don't like any of them, right? But you got to be honest. You got to keep it real, got to keep it square when it comes to the teams in your division. This year, the Seahawks, the Rams, they look outstanding. Can't say that they don't. Both of them walking into this week 7-2. Both of them look like they're in the runnings for best team in the league. Not just the conference, not just the division, but the league. Now, me being who I am, the 49ers fan, my team had to actually beat them, both of them, already. No, the 49ers lost to the Rams last week, but go check the records. Line on this one, Rams -3.5. I don't like that half point. They're in LA. Give me the Rams to win. Give me Seattle to cover. This is a field goal game. I think this is going to be a highly, highly, highly played offensive game. I think we're going to see a lot of scoring, but I just think this one's going to be really, really close, and the Rams are going to eke it out and win. Cannot wait to watch this one. Also, same time slot, 49ers going to visit Arizona. 49ers have been on this weird binge of you win, you lose, you win, you lose, you win, you lose, you win, you lose. Lost last week. This week, Niners giving up 2.5. Give me the Niners. I like the Niners to win anyway. Now you're adding Brock Purdy, Ricky Pearsall back into the mix. I think that offense is going to be kind of a little bit more dynamic. Not to say that Mac Jones wasn't doing his thing. Mac Jones balled out. I mean, hey, big shout out to Mac Jones. Thank you very much. We're 6-4, and a huge part is to Mac Jones. But now Brock's back. Brock, hopefully he's all the way healthy. He has Ricky back over there. We can continue to stretch that field. Christian McCaffrey is having such a great year. Now, the only thing, my only holdback from this one is Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett actually balls out. And the Cardinals, while they're not a very good team, they're not terrible. And Jacoby is going to have this team playing, ready, and rocking. That being said, give me the Niners, minus that 2.5. I like the Niners to win this one by at least a touchdown. Also, same time slot, we got the Baltimore Ravens at the Cleveland Browns in a yuck game. current line on this one is Baltimore minus 7.5. Give me Baltimore. I almost want to say give me the Browns because I've seen it. I lived there. When the Browns have no reason to beat a team, they beat them, especially in division. But the Browns just look absolutely horrible. Terrible. Terrible. Not a good team at all. Meanwhile, the Ravens, I think that they're getting it back together. We saw what Lamar did coming off of his injury. We're seeing the Ravens maybe get back to form offensively. If the defense can get somewhere back to what we normally think, they're not too far behind Pittsburgh. They may be able to take over that division. Still got to worry about the Bengals if Burrow comes back and Flacco actually does some stuff there. This one's going to be a real interesting one. Line on this one, like I said, Baltimore minus 7.5. Give me Baltimore, but I'm scared. I'm a little worried. Now, another one that could go for a game of the week. Just saying. Another one that could go for a game of the week. Like I'm loving this week. Kansas City Chiefs at the Denver Broncos. Now, this one is tough. Kansas City's walking in there with a line. Kansas City minus 3.5 at Denver. Denver's 8-2. Now, Denver has clawed and scratched and won some real close ones. And Kansas City's kind of starting to look like Kansas City again. That being said, give me the Broncos. I'm going to take them at home. That defense is pretty solid. Bo Nix hasn't looked good the last couple weeks, but I think he's going to ball out on Sunday. Kansas City, for whatever reason, they're favored. That's why I'm taking Denver. I just like Denver to eke it out. That's what they've been doing. They've been some comebacks, some clawing, fighting, scratching, and then just barely winning these games. I kind of see that happen with this one. I think Sean Payton's smart enough to know, let's not give Patrick the ball back with a ton of time left. And maybe we can sneak out and win this one. Give me Denver. On to Sunday night game. Another huge matchup. I mean, what can I say? The Detroit Lions are going to go visit Philly and play the Eagles. Current line on this one, Philly minus 2.5. Give me Philly. I'm only taking Philly because it's at home, it's at night, and it's outside. We know Detroit is solid. Detroit is going to be somewhere out there at the end of the season, going into the playoffs, wrecking havoc. I know that. I get that. I'm not going to argue that. Philly is still Philly. They're the defending champs. They haven't lost a ton of people. They're still okay. They've just had some ripples in their waves. That's all it is. I think Philly's going to come out. I think they feel like they have something to prove. Philly minus 2.5. Give me Philly. Now let's look at Monday night. If this wasn't the Monday night game, this definitely could have been the nobody cares game. Dallas Cowboys at the Las Vegas Raiders. Both of these teams to me, sad. Both of these teams to me, done for. I know. Dallas has a hell of an offense. For sure. Hell of an offense. And they're going to put up points. Their defense really isn't that great. And they're still going to lose. Right now, they're 3-5-1. I got them losing at least 3-4 more games. Just is what it is. The Raiders, poo. Watch the whole thing. I think that's what's probably going to happen in the offseason. Current line on this one, Dallas minus 3.5. Give me Dallas. The Raiders haven't showed me that they can do anything at all except lose. Give me Dallas. Man, I love this game. Can't wait to talk about this after this week also. Let's move on to college football. Just quick, just small window. There are some pretty solid games this week. I want to see if Indiana, they're playing Wisconsin. They should beat Wisconsin, but it was too close last week, I think, with Penn State. Indiana, I just hope that they can continue to do what they're doing because I'll be rooting for them outside of USC. Always going to root for USC, but I'd like to see a team like Indiana that's not at all a football school, what they're doing sitting at number 2. If they can carry that on through the playoffs and maybe get to the national championship, be one hell of a story to see. And me, I'm looking for it. We do have Notre Dame at Pittsburgh. I like Notre Dame in this one. I like this to be a little bit of a track meet. Notre Dame, after losing a couple games early, they're trying to beat the shit out of everybody that they can just to run up their resume to try and get into the playoffs and wreak some havoc. And I like seeing it. I absolutely love seeing it. Couple games of the day, Oklahoma at Alabama. Line on this one, Alabama minus 6.5. Ugh. Begrudgingly, I'm going to go ahead and take Bama. I like Bama in this one. Really, because they're at home, Bama's been playing really good sound ball. Um, they're starting to look like Bama again, which might get a little spooky. Now, my USC Trojans, they're hosting Iowa. This one might be a real ugly one. I like USC to cover the 6.5. I don't know how much scoring is going to go on. We all know historically Iowa is not a scoring powerhouse. So just wait and see on that one. But I think it's going to be real cool. My last game of the day on college football, Texas at Georgia. Love this. This one's going to be a hell of a game. Georgia's currently favored by 6.5. I like Georgia. I think Arch is going to come out and have a pretty good game. Hopefully he does for him. But being that it's in Georgia, I like Georgia. I do. Now, if anybody out there has been watching the NBA, of course, it's super early in the season. There's a lot going on, so I'm not going to sit here and get into long, drawn out talks about basketball. I really don't get there until after football season is over, or at least you get into the playoffs, just because there's so many games, there's so much going on. There's been a ton of injuries so far in the league, but there has been some fantastic games, some fantastic moments. Seeing what Wembanyama's doing. Oklahoma City continues to impress. They look like they're really, truly on that back-to-back mode. Current look at the standings. Detroit currently leads the Eastern Conference at 10-2. The thing, for those of you that don't watch a lot of the NBA, a couple years ago, Detroit was horrible. Absolutely horrible. They went out and got Cade Cunningham and really didn't get that much better. Last year, they made a huge leap after bringing in JD Bickerstaff. This year, they look like they've arrived. They absolutely look like they've arrived. Now, behind the Pistons are the Knicks, the Sixers, the Cavs, the Hawks, the Raptors, Bucks, Heat. That rounds out the top 8. But the Pistons look like they're looking like that team in the East. I like seeing it. I remember back in the day, the original team I liked to watch was the Bad Boys. Now you move over to the West, Oklahoma City Thunder, 12-1. They just lost their first game the other day. Kind of felt like they lost that one because you kind of need to lose one. Oklahoma City, they look outstanding, man. They look outstanding. They're deep. Chet's balling. We know what SGA is doing. I want to see how Jalen is looking when he gets back. Um, but that team, top to bottom, they're so deep. They have that championship medal, and they are continuing to play that way. Going to be real interesting to see what happens with them the rest of the season. But I expect them to be right there at the end of the season. Now, behind the Thunder, you got the Nuggets, Spurs, Rockets, Lakers, T-Wolves, Suns, and the Portland Trailblazers rounding out that top 8. The Nuggets, we know what the Joker is. The Joker is probably the best pure basketball player currently playing in the game right now. A lot of people are going to get mad at me and say LeBron, this, that, and other, blah, blah, blah. Look, LeBron's a little older, and Joker passes better than him, shoots better than him. He just don't run and jump and dunk as hard or better than LeBron. Joker's called. Let's be real. Spurs. Now the Spurs sitting at number 3, that might get real spooky. Yeah. First of all, Wembanyama stays healthy. We just saw the return of De'Aaron Fox. He didn't even start the season with them. Now they're getting their actual point guard back. That could mean trouble for the rest of the league. We got this guy being healthy and Foxy doing his thing. Castle rolled last year and is rolling this year. I know Dylan Harper, he went down with the injury, but he'll be back. Vassell been rolling. That team is actually pretty good. I want to see what happens there. Basketball season, look, I know it's super early. It's super early in the season, so you can't really crown anybody anything yet. But I'm really loving what I'm seeing regarding basketball. Love it. Absolutely love it. And I'll be there watching every moment of it. College basketball is back. There's been some good matchups. Saw Louisville, Kentucky the other night. Louisville knocked that off. Loving to watch the college basketball as it's coming. I'm probably getting on my wife's nerves a lot because I'll have a couple TVs on. We're watching a movie, but of course I got a game or 2 on. Also, just for the love of the game, for me. I do this. I do the podcast for the love of talking, for a hobby, for the love of the game, because I'm going to watch anyway. So why not share my thoughts with everybody? All right. So look, stay tuned. We will get back next episode. We'll wrap up NFL Week 11. We'll talk about college football, maybe do a little bit of a basketball update. Throwing a little college basketball as well. I know a lot of people would like to hear about that. I need to watch a little more because it's always entertaining. There's always upsets, always really great moments to see. So everybody enjoy your life. Do right by yourself. And until next time, I will holler.